2, 1.
Ready.
Just relax and enjoy the ride.
In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. 815.
I'm pretty sure, especially in a town like Rockford, Illinois, you might have spent the same $1 bill a few times in your life and not even know it. I'm Greg. He's Tom. This is your In Crowd 815 podcast for the last day of February 2026, the latest it has ever been.
In the history of mankind. You know, that statement is true because I got a dollar bill that somebody had written for a good time call, and I believe it had your number on it, and I saw it twice. I did call it, but it was for a different reason.
You caught on to my number one advertising technique, Tom.
That's right. For a
like
good time at karaoke trivia, call Greg Saunders.
For a good house, call. There's my number over there. It's
yeah, I'm glad you kind of cleaned that one up for me because it had a way of taking a really bad turn.
For a good house, call.
There you go.
Gregory Saunders, realtor. We got a good show for you and the person that might still be sleeping next to you. So maybe give him a little nudge and say, wake up. Greg and Tom are talking. It's time for your In Crowd 815 podcast.
There we go.
We could be talking to like 4 different people today on the show. We're going to be chatting with the hosts of our next In Crowd 815 networking group event coming up at the last Thursday of March. We're going to be at the new the Excel Center. Goodwill Industries has an Excel Center over by the YMCA here in Rockford. We're going to talk about that with Courtney Geiger, and our sponsor host for that event, Gemini Solar. Anne Marie and Adam are going to be with us as well. And we also look forward to chatting with Tracy Fultz, the owner of MEDICARE411, who has been the champion of spearheading the idea that has become the masked karaoke trivia contest that has grown to a $7,000 grand prize here for our 815 area not-for-profit March 19th at Tabala Event Center. How excited are you? Not more excited than me, I bet. I'm so jazzed about this contest coming up March 19th. And here's the good news for you that are listening right now. If you're listening to this live on Saturday morning, February 28th, 2026, we have 9 teams signed up and we have room for 12, which means there are 3 openings still available. I know at least 2 people who've told me they're going to sign up. They just haven't done it yet. Until they do.
First come, first serve, baby.
Exactly. First come, first serve. You're not in until your entry fee is in. You've named the not-for-profit you're playing for, and we need to know who the business partner sponsor is as well. Those are the 3 things we need from every entrant in the masked karaoke trivia contest. And just to clarify too, Tom, for those who, I've had this question numerous times. If the not-for-profit organization wants to sign themselves up, they have the funds and they want to pay the entry fee themselves, they can do that, but they still need to name a business partner sponsor. Their most favorite or biggest generous sponsor, the most generous sponsor over the last year, whatever one they want to name, maybe the longest running, the business that has sponsored them the longest since their inception. They want to name them as their business partner sponsor.
You could say, well, we're going to play for the Red Cross or the United Way, or you could keep it local. I know they're local, but they're also national. You keep it local and say, we want to play for the Rescue Mission, or we want to play for the YMCA, or we want to play for something like that. Ideally, keep it local because that's what this whole thing is.
Got to have a local presence. The not-for-profit has to have a local presence.
Right. But what I'm saying is Red Cross is local in terms of it's down on Church Street, right? Is that would that qualify?
Right. Well, I'm talking the other side of this thing where if the not-for-profit, because we have 2 not-for-profits that have signed up in this round that paid for their entry fee themselves. They didn't have a business write them a check for their entry fee, but they still had to name a business as their partner or sponsor of the event.
Okay.
So those 2 told me, hey, this business has been a sponsor of ours since our inception. So we're naming them as our partner sponsor.
Okay, so it kind of worked in reverse.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's good too. Yeah. Either way.
A major part of this event is the collaboration and the encouragement of other local businesses to support not-for-profits in a very specific and meaningful way, a substantial way. So to see this in a room, to walk into the Tabala Event Center March 19th, just like we did back in November, to walk in and to see there are 12 teams, each team representing a not-for-profit. There's 12 organizations right there. Each team also being a part or somehow affiliated with a local business. That's 12 organizations right there. 24 organizations are being represented as you walk into that room. And these are the most generous, kind people in the 815. And you're meeting them sometimes for the first time that night. Then you add on to the number of people in the audience that have just come to witness the event that aren't employed by the not-for-profit or the businesses that are at those tables playing the contest. And now we have the potential of having 100 or so different organizations or businesses represented in the same room with the same mindset of, I want to support the 815 in a meaningful way. I want to see us have the best community we possibly can. And here's some organizations helping us do that on a day-by-day, sometimes minute-by-minute basis by what they do here in the 815. So that's, for those just catching on for the first time, that's the heart of this event and why we're doing it. If you want to plug in, we have 3 more openings left to plug teams in. If you don't want to be on a team, you can buy tickets. Go to incrowd815.com. There's a one-click tab right there. You can go to our ticket selling page. And while they last I checked, there were still 30 tickets left. You can buy at half price before they go up to $20. So $10 tickets available for the next 30 people that buy, and then it goes up to $20. So there, all that to say, we got some business to take care of before we get to our guests. Let's go with our current race to 10 has us tied at a score of 1-1. Tom won the last one 10-7. And it took me down by a football score. Our big number of the week,
Philadelphia Eagles, Green Bay Packers football score.
Big number of the week this week is 3.1 billion. And is it storage or is it cereal? Put your guess in the comments and let us know. You might win a t-shirt or a gift card or something like that from InCrowd 815. So 3.1 billion. What is the answer this week? Is it storage or is it cereal? Give us your best shot. All right. Our guests today are joining us to talk all about Gemini Solar and Goodwill Industries, which are partnering up for our next InCrowd 815 networking group event coming up on the end of March, which is March 26th, last Thursday. Let's welcome Courtney, Anne Marie, and Adam onto the screen with us today. Good morning, people.
Good morning. Morning.
Thanks for jumping on with us today. I've got a couple different Goodwill logos here, Courtney. I've got this one is the kind of generic one, and then I've got the banner one, which is smaller, but it says Northern Illinois on it. Do you like that one better, or do you like the green one better?
You know, either one is good. With the first one, we call it the smiling G. So
that's what I'm referred to among all my friends. Same thing, smiling G.
There we go.
Awesome. All right. The smiling G is on this one too. So I'm going to put that up there up in the corner. So
wonderful.
We are going to learn about Goodwill Industries, and to tell us about herself first, let's chat with Courtney. We're going to put you in the big screen. Tell us, Courtney, about yourself. Where did you grow up? Are you a native Northern Illinoisan, or did you grow up elsewhere?
I am. I grew up here in Rockford, went to East High School, and moved away for a couple years, but most of my life I've been here in Rockford.
All right. Where did you go for a couple years?
Milwaukee, so not too far.
Okay. Now, in your time in Milwaukee, were you peer pressured enough to become a Green Bay Packers fan?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, come on.
Never.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's all right.
No.
All right, moving on to our next guest.
and was it Goodwill Industries that brought you back to Rockford, or was there another reason why you came back to the area?
I came back really for family. Most of my family is here, so and it's a great place to be. It's the best decision I made was to come back.
Awesome. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you came back. You're doing great work here. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Thanks.
Let's talk with Anne Marie from Gemini Solar. Anne Marie, you're not a native Rockfordian. I know that much.
I am not. I am a native Hoosier, born and bred, lived in every corner of the state, but now I live right across the border. So I live in Chicagoland, as us Hoosiers like to call it. I'm not sure how true that is, but I can't take the train to Chicago. So I'm about 2 hours from Rockford. But I've been enjoying working in Rockford it's been over 2 years now. So it's kind of a little bit of my adopted home at this point.
Well, you might be rooting for your Indiana Bears in another year or two.
Oh man, that's the talk of the town, isn't it?
Woo!
What is
Bear
your take on that?
down,
Do
you
you want
Hammond
Bears in
Bears.
Indiana, or would you rather them stay in Illinois?
I mean, heck, if they want to come play 20 minutes for me, I'll go to the games, but I don't think it's really going to happen. I mean, I've been a Hoosier long enough to see these tricks. I think this is a really, really good negotiating skills on the part of the
They're
players.
trolling the state of Illinois, and God bless them for that. I'm a Packer fan. Greg's a Packer fan, but we both agree. I don't like what the city of Chicago, the state of Illinois, is doing to the Bears. As much as I don't like them, and I wish they'd move to like Moscow and become the Moscow Bears, I would be okay with that. Moscow, Idaho. I mean, hey,
I do think you mess around long enough, you might, it
that's
could
right.
happen if they, yeah.
MAFO, mess around and find out. We clean that one up, of course.
There you go.
No, I agree. You stop doing it. Stop it. Stop with the Arlington Heights thing is no problem. It's still in Illinois. You're still the Chicago Bears. And somebody brought up, how did we get off on this tangent? Don't ever get me started.
We had to ask.
Sports,
Yeah.
candy,
Yeah.
and teddy bears. But I mean, the Arlington Heights thing is fine because somebody brought up. I've heard several times. The Giants and the Jets play in New Jersey. They're an entire state away. So,
Kansas City, the Chiefs moved to Kansas. I mean,
well, okay, but they're moving to Kansas City, Kansas. So now they're actually going to be in Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything there. But you're right. They moved out of Arrowhead, or they're moving. Have they done it
they're
yet?
moving. Yeah, not
They're
yet.
moving. Yeah, it might be a year or two or something.
It'll be a
Yeah.
couple years, I think.
Who cares?
But what I haven't heard said yet, which I'm kind of surprised by, is I think correct me if I'm wrong, didn't the Arizona Cardinals start out as the Chicago Cardinals?
Yes, they did.
Careful, Bears, careful.
And then where did they go from Arizona? I mean, where'd they go from Chicago?
East first, right before they went to Arizona, or Cleveland, or where'd they
The
go?
Indianapolis
St. Louis.
Colts were the Baltimore Colts.
Yep.
Yes, they were.
It happens.
St. Louis. They went to St. Louis.
They
Then they went to Arizona.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's get Adam on the screen here and find out. Adam, where are you from originally?
I am originally from Detroit, Michigan. My family and I live in Chicagoland now. My wife and I live here in DuPage County. And if we're going to talk Bears Packers, we're going to have to clear the rest of the call, gentlemen.
And then there was
the Bears' main goal was to own the land and own the stadium. They have the smallest stadium in the NFL. They pay the highest rent in the NFL. And that parcel in Hammond is smaller than the footprint of Soldier Field. So I'll call it leverage. It seems that Illinois has been dragging their feet for far too long. But, yeah, I think it's a whole lot of politicking. And we'll see what happens. But I've got my fingers crossed. Pride and joy of Illinois. For Soldier Field, they played at Wrigley. My grandpa used to eat his lunch on lunch break and watch the team practice in the stadium. So I think, the Soldier Field situation and, friends of the lake and friends of the park and stuff, I don't think it's going to get sorted out, but I'm hoping for Arlington. We'll see.
Arlington's their only move because you can't build anywhere near Soldier. You can't build on the lakefront. You just can't. There's no place, I don't think.
They've got the space, and with the plan that they would like to do, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Will they call it like in Dallas? They call it Jerry World. Will they call it McCaskey World in Arlington Heights? What would you refer to it as?
I don't know. I think that could. I don't know. People could come to love that.
In honor of Virginia McCaskey, we're going to call it Virginia World and really confuse everybody.
Yeah, it certainly would.
It'll probably refer to as Hallis Heaven, but that's a whole nother conversation. Anyway. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys being on with us today. Let's talk all things Goodwill Industries of Northern Illinois. For those who have never heard of Goodwill Industries before, which I'm sure is a very small portion of the population, what do you tell the person who's never heard of Goodwill before? What does Goodwill do?
Yeah, we are a nonprofit organization. We are local. We're headquartered in Rockford with 18 counties in Northern Illinois and
18.
southeastern Wisconsin.
I would have guessed 8. So 18.
Yeah. And local board of directors, local leadership, and we take in donated goods and we sell them to individuals to raise money to do good in our community. And each Goodwill does good in different ways. Our Goodwill is focused on education, employment, and support services. So we do a lot of different things, but we have GED programs and the first adult high school in Illinois. We have supported work for people with disabilities. We do a lot of work around reentry for people coming out of incarceration, and just a lot of programs to help people get on their feet and reach their goals.
And that's a really important service to help those who truly want to better their lives after being arrested and spending time.
Yeah.
To get them back into the workforce, to give them correct me if I'm wrong, to give someone a work experience to say, hey, look, see, I did improve my life after being incarcerated. I did work for a year or 2 or 3 in this portion before I implied at your place. Is that kind of what?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, most individuals that are incarcerated are eventually coming out and coming back to our communities. So we provide support and help to help them stay out of jail again and do good in their communities.
Yeah. And opportunities. Without opportunities,
absolutely.
Let's face it, they're just, we would all, without any opportunities, we would all end up back in jail. So let's not.
Absolutely. Yep.
Now, specifically the Excel Center that we're going to be learning about here at the end of March at our in-crowd event. Why the Excel Center? What does the Excel Center do?
It is an adult high school. So we have so many adults in our region that never finished for whatever reason, never finished high school and wanted to go back and get that degree. So we worked almost 10 years actually to bring the Excel Center to Rockford. And it is just like it sounds. It's an adult high school where adults who want to get that degree can. We bring adults in and they can go to classes just like you normally would in high school, but without the lockers and the lunchtime and those kind of things. They're really focused on school and finishing. We provide free childcare on site because so many adults need those extra services, help them with transportation. And we also have life coaches that help adults with all the things adults have to deal with so that they can finish. So we just opened in September, are really, really proud of what we're doing. We've got over 150 students coming to school every single day, trying to finish that diploma. And then we make sure when they graduate, they're going to get that high school diploma plus a credential so they can work in fields that are going to give them more than a minimum wage.
So of those 150 students, how many of them are going to graduate in May? And you know, like, okay, so Bob and Sally, they couldn't quite make it all the way. They're going to go ahead and go to next year as well. So how many of those 150 will graduate?
Good question. We have already, actually our first term, we already had one student graduate. He needed 4 classes. We got him 4 classes. He graduated.
Okay.
So we go every 8 weeks. So students can graduate every 8 weeks. So we've had in our first 2 terms, we've had 3 graduates. We're in term 3 right now, and we're going to have 20 graduates this term. And so, awesome. So students come in anytime and can graduate at any time that they're done. So it's really tailored to adult lives, which is great.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So the classes take place in Rockford at the Excel Center over there on Y Boulevard?
Yeah, we're right inside the YMCA, which is a great partnership too. So
it is. Did they have to like renovate a bunch of space for you, or was it kind of readily available for what Goodwill needed it for?
You know, it was really nice. Judson University used to be there, And so it is kind of a separate wing. And they were leaving, so we were able to come in and take the space and do some renovations. We actually added some accessibility features, a lift and a ramp and things like that. But it was a pretty nice space already. So it's great. It's like its own little wing there, right, for our students. And then our students get to use the WISE childcare for free while they're in class.
Oh,
That
nice.
is so awesome. So when you say you have 150 people signed up, not all 150 converge at the same time, right? They're all working kind of independently at their own pace. What is a typical class? 20, 30, 10?
Yeah, we have 8 classrooms, and between, some smaller classes like a senior English might be a little bit smaller. Our biggest classes are maybe 25 or so. So, and students can choose to come. We have 4 periods a day, so they can come all 4 and finish faster. Or if they have to work or something, they might just take 1 class at a time. So we've got a good number of students there at any given time, which is great.
Do you need instructors? Volunteer instructors?
Yeah. We all of our teachers actually are certified Illinois state teachers. And so we've got a full crew right now, but as we expand, we will definitely be hiring more teachers, more paraprofessionals, more life coaches. It's been really exciting to watch it grow.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you have an awesome website here that we've been scrolling through as we've been chatting. So Excel Center NIL.org. I want to put that in the chat here and see if that plug into the chat, see if that goes in. So if you're watching us on Twitch or Rumble, Facebook or YouTube, that should pop up for you. If you're on any of the other platforms, it might not. So you might have to go and search us out. We highly, highly, highly ask you to follow us on Spotify. Like and follow and give us that 5-star review on Spotify. That's where we really want to see the most podcast listens take place. And one of the reasons why I highly recommend Spotify is you can put it on your phone and the screen can go off and the audio keeps playing for you while you're listening. That's the most important part of this show is the audio. So that would be wonderful to do. If you're trying to watch this on YouTube and your screen goes off, usually the audio goes off and you can't continue to listen. So Spotify, highly, highly recommended. But we're going to go back to some Excel stuff in just a second here, but I want to make sure we chat with Gemini Solar and tell everybody about what they are up to as well. So if I stop sharing the screen, we should all 5 pop back on the screen again. And Anne-Marie and Adam, Gemini Solar, for those of us who've never heard of Gemini Solar before, what do you tell people about what Gemini Solar is and does?
Well, I'm going to let Adam take that first one.
Adam, all right, you're up first for this one.
Absolutely. So Gemini Solar is a proposed 224 megawatt solar project here in Winnebago County. We're about 7 miles as the crow flies northwest of the city center. We're plugging in. Our point of interconnection is an existing substation out there. And we are working with several longtime Winnebago County residents, landowners who are generational farmers and have been in the area for quite a long time. And it's something that we take a lot of pride in, something that we have common with our other Illinois projects as well. And our landowners live there on the project.
I think when most people think of solar that powers homes, they only think of solar panels that get put on roofs, maybe in backyards. But what you guys are doing is a little different, isn't it?
It certainly is. I would like to, with it being utility scale, we don't have a utility scale solar project here in Winnebago County yet, but it's easy to compare it to other large scale utility facilities like Byron or a coal-fired power plant, plugging directly into the transmission lines and then the power is dispersed through the general area.
I need to change the graphic on this. So for somebody that wants to learn more about what Gemini Solar does and maybe either, and support what you guys are attempting to build. I guess we should go with that. How close are you to having this built? When is the projected date to have some actual power coming back onto the grid through a field of solar panels through Gemini?
It's a great question. Our development timeline is quite long. It could be 4 to 5 years in some instances. We are very early stage at this point. We have a large amount of environmental and permitting field studies to complete yet. Still working on our land campaign. So that's quite a bit farther down the road, but we're excited for that point.
All right. Anne Marie, what do we want to add to what Gemini Solar is doing here in the Northern Illinois region? What is your part in the whole process?
Yeah, well, I get to do all the fun stuff. I do community relations, so I let Adam, stick to development, and I get to make all the relationships. So I'm really glad we talked to Courtney at length. I'm a huge fan of the Excel Center. Actually, my brother-in-law graduated from an Excel Center, so I'm familiar with their work, and I've been able to tour the space. It's fantastic. So I hope a lot of people come out at the end of March and tour the facility. But I've just been on the ground here for 2 years, going on a listening tour. I've got an office right downtown Rockford and right by the BMO Center. And we've joined the Chamber and Next Rockford and Sustain Rockford and built a lot of great nonprofit partnerships with Goodwill, United Way. And so you asked, how people can learn what we're doing. We do have a website. So it doesn't have a hyphen in it. I required that. I said, my name has a hyphen. I want the website to have a hyphen. Okay. But it's geminisolar.com. And you can learn, all about the project, like the things Adam mentioned, but also just about our presence in the community. And if this is something that you would like to learn more about, be supportive of, there are definitely ways that we can, help you be a friend of the project.
There we go.
Here's a really good hyphen for you. Chicago, Indiana Bears. I'm so sorry.
We're going to make it happen before this call ends.
I have two quick questions. One is to settle an argument I've had with my wife. So the first one here, do the panels have to face the south? Can they face north?
Well, so our panels are extra special. I can let Adam take the panel question, but they're not like the panels on your rooftop.
Okay.
Yeah, so our panels actually track with the sun. So as the sun rises and sets and crosses the sky, our panels will track with them to be as most efficient as possible.
Very good.
I've seen those in operation here in the area. We have a business near the airport where they have these huge, I want to say there's a half a dozen of these great big, huge panels out in front of their business, between their business building and the road. And when you drive by in the morning, they're facing southeast. And if you drive by in the afternoon, they're facing southwest. They kind of track along with the sun. That's pretty cool. I imagine they power themselves, right, with the solar.
Absolutely. Sorry, go ahead.
They're also bifacial. So
I was about to say that.
If there's snow on the ground, they're going to reflect from both sides. So they are designed for max efficiency.
Wow.
Kind of brings me to my second question. Can you draw power on a cloudy day? In other words, does it have to have, it's technical for me, it's slam dunk for you guys. Does it have to have direct sunlight, sun rays, or is the natural light that the sun creates even on a cloudy day, does that help power the solar panels?
Absolutely, even on a cloudy day. So we get that question quite often, Tom. I like to compare it to Germany being the #1 state in Europe, and Germany is farther north than us. So although, we aren't receiving the amount of daily sunshine as maybe Arizona or Texas, these projects, still produce quite a bit. And with that optimization and the tracking of the sun, and as Anne Marie said, the bifacial panel, we're able to collect even on a cloudy winter day. The same reason you've got to pop on your sunglasses when it's too bright driving around bright snow is the same reason that our projects are still able to produce in the winter.
All right.
And I'll just jump in and say, maybe most people never thought too much about this topic, but one of our favorite things to do is like a lunch and learn or, Kiwanis or Rotary presentation. We've got a pretty good presentation. I promise you it's fun. I promise you'll learn a thing or two. We always get a ton of questions afterwards, but we try to just hit, those are 2 of the top questions, Tom. So we try to hit like the top 10 questions. We play a little Mythbusters style. and
Oh,
try to
nice.
answer everyone's questions.
Love Mythbusters.
Yeah.
You can see on the screen here from Gemini-solar.com, the project info tab here, saying that they did their open house back in July. Was good enough to be, I was privileged enough to be able to part of that and hear about the project right as it kicked off. The application got submitted, public hearing was taking place last year, and now we're in that zone between public hearing and beginning instruction. There's nothing on the grid for 2026, which probably tells me there's a lot of community awareness things going on this year.
We got to jump right in front of this one. This timeline right here, Greg. It needs to be updated for our website. So, yes, this is not accurate, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
It should not
Yeah, but I'm glad you pulled it up because these are the steps. So
Yes.
just like everything in life, we embrace the pivot, and 2025 was an interesting year. And so the project timeline has been extended a bit. And so we will still need to submit our application and have our public hearing, which is the time for the public to come and, be a part of this process. We really do encourage participation in this process. And people can actually speak during this process. And so if you want to be on our newsletter, you can jump on that as well. But we'll keep everyone updated on when those milestones are taking place.
Gotcha. And of course, we've been seeing a lot of your social media posts of the grant programs that you guys have been issuing here over the last, it seems like the last couple of years, but it's probably been what, 12 or 18 months?
It's been about 18 months we've been doing the grant program. Yeah.
A lot of organizations have benefited from the grant program. Tell us a little bit, I guess, generically about the grant program. How have organizations received these influxes of money from you guys?
Yeah. Well, we know that a corporation having a grant program is not breaking news. It's, I think most corporations try to be good citizens these days. But several of my colleagues in the community relations department, we come from a nonprofit background. And so we know how cumbersome the grant process can be. It can almost be, we've had grant recipients say, it'd be easier and faster to get a part-time job and put that money into the organization than applying for these grants or all the requirements that are required after you receive a grant. So these grants are meant to be very simple. It is actually just a Google form. If you click on that link, they are awarded on a quarterly basis, and you can reapply even if you've been a former recipient. And so the goal is to make it simple and let, especially the very small, hyper-local nonprofits that may be one person, two people. This is a complete mission of, love and passion on these people's parts. They have full-time jobs. Really just let them get back to the good work they do to support our community. And then we like to make it a little bit unique by Adam and I present every single grant award in person. And we love to visit the nonprofits and really learn what they're doing and hopefully highlight their work and not our grant.
Awesome. Well, I know there's been a lot of organizations that have been really happy to receive these grants from you all, and have been very, very happy with that influx of cash to help them do the good work that they're continuing to do here in the state line area. So is there anything else about Gemini Solar that you'd like to make sure we talk about today before we see you on March
22nd.
6th, Thursday night, March 26th?
Okay, 26th.
Yeah, last Thursday of March.
I would just like to highlight our partnerships in the community. I mean, that's the important work that we're doing right now. And so we would love people to come out and support the Excel Center and learn more about it on March 26th. And we strongly believe that everyone should benefit when we come to town, not just our participating landowners. And once the power's on the grid, everyone will benefit. But up until that point, we would like to be a good neighbor in the community.
This link that I'm going to share is probably, did I already put it in the chat? I think I did. There we go. So there's already a link in the chat to the event page on Facebook. Our In-Crowd 815 networking group events are absolutely free. These networking group events, absolutely free. There's no RSVP required to attend. If you If you want to be on the calendar invite that we send out every month, really you just need to attend one event and give us your contact information. That's really all that we need from you. And we send those out once a month, basically. And of course, if any details change, you'll get an updated calendar invite that says, hey, the address changed, or hey, the outline of the event has changed a little bit. So if you don't want to get those, still let me know and I'll remove you from those lists. But we have hundreds, I want to say somewhere between 200 and 250 that are on this list and invited to pretty much every event. So we'd love to have you there. Bring business cards and a smile. That's really the only admission that we ever charge to any of our In-Crowd 815 networking group events. So please come and be a part and check out all things Goodwill Industries and Gemini Solar on March 26th.
And Greg, can I just highlight too? I want to just say Gemini was able to give the Excel Center a grant so that we could start a food pantry for our students. So at the event, we will also show off that food pantry that we were able to start thanks to Gemini Solar.
And that's few things more important than that these days right now.
Yeah.
Let's make sure everybody's fed. That's awesome. Is there anything that we did not ask you about that you wanted to make sure that we talk about Goodwill Industries today? Did we miss anything on your hit list that we want to make sure we chat about?
And I would just say we're grateful to everyone that supports Goodwill, whether it's through our programs or through dropping off your gently used items, because all of that stays in our community and serves almost 30,000 people last year in this area alone. So
30,000 people.
We're grateful for everyone to support our mission.
30.
And I just, excuse me, I just want to say thank you to Goodwill because you guys are my home away from home. I'm in either one of the 3 or 4 Goodwills because sometimes I go up to the Boyd one, which is in the Northern Illinois one. I can't figure that one out, but anyway. And you guys are my biggest supplier of my addiction. And that would be teddy bears. I am not kidding. I am not kidding when I say I have 600 plus teddy bears. Look at this little guy. Look at him.
Tom would have well over 1,000 if he didn't give so many of them away. Just so you know.
If my wife wouldn't give me the stink eye every time I bring home a bag of them. So I got this little guy here the other day, and he is absolutely adorable. And then I realized I don't have a rabbit. I saw a rabbit the other day. Where are we going? There we go.
You need one. There you go.
So my goal is, I even have a woolly mammoth that's in the bedroom on a shelf. My wife laughs at me, and maybe she's not really laughing. Maybe she's sneering. I don't know. But anyway, my goal is to build Noah's Ark with stuffed animals. That's my ultimate goal. So you guys keep doing what you're doing, and I'll keep coming there to shop and buy teddy bears. Feeding my addiction.
We all know Tom's retirement plan now. It's all
Right.
There you go.
It's all out there. All right, so I asked AI to give me some questions for you today, Courtney, and let's see how we did in our conversation compared to what Gemini AI said. It says, it says first, Courtney Geiger is a heavy hitter in the Rockford nonprofit space. She's the VP of Mission Services, and she's the one turning those retail sales into actual community impact. All right, so
wow,
you got your bio, Courtney.
I guess
you could add heavy hitter to your business. I'll give you permission. So the first question that says we should ask you is: Goodwill is often seen as just a retail destination, but the Mission Services Department is where the real life change happens. Can you talk about how programs like Good Grads or the Let's Go to Work initiative are creating a good lifestyle surplus for Rockford residents by moving them from barriers, removing barriers to sustainable careers? We pretty much touched on that in the conversation. So I think we covered that.
I think we hit that one. Yeah, that's great.
Did we use the term Good Grads?
No, Good Grads is our GED program. So
GED program.
Yeah, that is in 5 counties let's see if I can get them all. Ottawa, McHenry, Freeport, Belvedere. Ooh, I think that's it for now. Okay, I think that, and then Rockford is the Excel Center. Yes.
And Rockford. Okay.
All right.
The second one here says you recently received a significant grant for the Rockford Area Case Management Initiative Collaborative.
Not me. I'm part of the Rockford Area Case Management Initiative, which is another amazing collaboration that helps case managers get training and connect with each other so we have a better network in the Rockford region.
Okay. Well, part of this question is asking about collaboration with other local
Yeah.
agencies. Is there any collaborators that you'd like to shout out today that is someone that you're really, really happy to be working together? You mentioned, I think, Winnebago County, the correctional facility or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So is there any other ones that might make sense to mention in this conversation?
I think we're so lucky in this region that the nonprofits work together and work with business. I mean, just the Gemini Solar collaboration we're highlighting today. So there's so many partners. The Y for the Excel Center, of course. We work with many in the correctional systems. We work with many nonprofit partners. And I think Rockford has become a place where nonprofits don't compete, but we work together. And I'm really proud of that.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Between NICNY and In Crowd 815 and other things that are happening in the 815 area, collaboration is cherished. It's fertilized. It's really given a chance to grow here. So kudos to Goodwill being a part of that. And then the third question, at In Crowd 815, we talk a lot about the pulse of the city. And as someone like yourself overseeing 18 counties from your Rockford headquarters, what is the major barrier to employment in our specific region that the public might not realize Goodwill is actively dismantling behind the scenes? I mean, we kind of touched on that with the corrections connection there. So is there another one, or is that just another good point to emphasize that one?
Yeah, I think that one's good. I think there's so many though. The biggest one I think we help with is confidence. We have so many people come to us that have had bad experiences with work or school or just trauma. And so just having another person that believes in you and supports you, I think is a huge barrier. And I think we can provide that with the people we serve, just helping them see their own potential.
If someone's been out of jail for a year and a half, 2 years, and they're having a real struggle keeping or finding a job, do you want them to come to Goodwill to get this service? Is that
absolutely? Yes. We're here to support them and help them every step of the way.
Awesome. All right. It's Tracy hasn't logged on yet, which is why we're kind of extending this a little bit further. So we are still going to do trivia, Tom.
Right.
Greg, can I just one point of clarification? You were talking about the trivia karaoke contest, and you said March 26th. I said the 22nd. That's when the one for my church is. I thought it was March 19th.
That's the Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest.
Right. And what did you say was the 26th?
Networking group event. Our networking.
Okay. I'm sorry for the expression, but I almost peed myself. Because that's the night.
There's other things going on that night. I understand.
Yeah, because that's the night I'm doing my NAMI one. Woo! Okay.
I did ask.
I need a hug.
Give it.
Okay. All right.
Calm him down, Stuff Bear.
Wow.
I did ask AI to give me some odd or funny questions to ask you too, Courtney. So,
oh no.
one of these says, if you walked into the Harrison store right now, do you have a scout's intuition where you can sniff out a vintage treasure or a hidden gem? And the other question kind of goes off of that. There's always a local legend about someone finding a literal diamond ring or a signed piece of history in a 50-cent.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a one that got away or a legendary find in the 815 Goodwill bin that's talked about in the break room out there at Goodwill?
There are a lot of interesting things, but we actually at Goodwill, what's interesting, we have what's called our Wall of Fame for people who find things and get them back to people. We've had people find money. We've had people find one time stock certificates over $10,000 and we got them back to the family.
Wow.
So it's not always possible. So please check your donations before you give them. But, sometimes we have people that have found things and we've been able to get them back to the families. And that's always a great feeling. So, yeah.
Good.
But there's always treasures too.
I bought a laptop bag and I bought it for $3 and there was $4.57 in there. I had no idea. What are you going to do with that? I'm sorry. I went and bought an ice cream cone. I don't know what I did with it. No, I think I came back in and bought a rabbit.
There you go. That's the joy of thrifting.
Yeah, I love it.
Courtney, the big trend this Christmas was Thriftmas, at least with all my
Ooh.
teenagers. So
I am
Goodwill can
listening.
really lean into that. But
Mhm.
yeah, we did thrift. And they didn't want mom and dad to do Thriftmas, but yeah, they did Thriftmas
Yeah.
for each other and all their friends. And it was like a $10 limit, and they got some great stuff. Great stuff.
Love that idea.
Mom, my shirt has a spaghetti stain on it. How come? I thought it was brand new. Come on
That's why-
now.
That's why you buy a patch and you put it over the stain, and
There
then
you go.
promote something that you love.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. By the
All right.
way,
Yep.
Goodwill.
Good.
Love
Goodwill.
it.
I kid you not. Goodwill.
I
Don't
love
worry. I will
Tom.
not buy. Don't worry. I will not buy underwear at Goodwill, so I'm not showing you my underwear.
I think we're going to make you our honorary influencer, Tom.
There you go.
There you go.
Me
All
and my
right,
600 teddy bears.
let's do this, everybody. Let's do
It's
this.
time for Tom's Trivia Challenge on the In Crowd 815 podcast. Good luck.
All right, friends.
All right,
Tom's
there
got
was-
7 questions for us. We're going to try to get 4 of them right together as a team. All right.
Okay, there was no video in there. This is what's normally in the video. It's Snoopy, NASA Snoopy sitting in the backseat of his car. Greg gave me this, by the way, so he's kind of supplying my habit. He's not at Goodwill status yet, but he's
Can I say I'm an enabler?
Yeah, you're an enabler. That's all right. You're also my good buddy too, so it's okay. All right, are you guys ready to rumble?
Ready.
Yeah,
All right. Now I owe
we did
Michael
pretty
Buffett
well
all
last
the
time, if I remember.
Oh, I don't remember exactly, but I remember we've had some really good runs lately. You guys were on 6 months ago, 5 months ago. I can't remember exactly. We've done so many of these, but let's see if we can't go 7-0 this time. All right. First one, nursery rhymes. When little Jack Horner sat in the corner, what was he eating?
Curds
Was
and
it?
whey.
Oh no, that was Little Miss Muffin. Was it Christmas pie or Easter pie?
Ooh.
And by the way, with my last name being
I thought
Warner,
Christmas.
well,
what do you
I
think,
feel
Courtney?
like
Christmas or
you're
Easter?
right. I'm going to stop you right there because you got it. But I read this question. I'm like, crap, because my last name is Warner. Well, my 6th grade teacher, who shall remain nameless, Mr. Rimby, he's probably gone by now. I don't care. He's probably not watching. He said, I was talking because you guys may not realize this about me. I kind of like to talk. So I don't know if you realize that, but I was talking and he says, hey, everybody. And what? He goes, Warner, sit in the corner. Guess what my nickname for the rest of the year was?
Warner in the corner.
Warner in the corner.
Oh.
And I didn't get any Christmas pie. All right, here we go. Clovers. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, what is the world record for the most leaves found on a single clover stem? Is it 63 or is it 83?
Ooh.
What? Ooh. Wait a minute. A
Well,
4-leaf clover's
I was
lucky.
thinking 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was ready to hear 7 or 8
I was,
or 9.
yeah, I was expecting single-digit numbers.
Well,
That
okay,
would
but it
be
doesn't say
best.
4-leaf clover. It says single clover. Single clover leaf or
63
stem.
or 83.
63 or 83.
Both
Gosh.
seem ridiculous to me. So I
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they both seem ridiculous, because probably, then
So it's
the
gotta be
more
63,
ridiculous
right?
number probably wouldn't work.
Yeah.
I consult my kids' collection of Guinness World Book records.
Yeah.
Let's go with 623. What do you think,
Yeah,
team?
I'm leaning in.
Agree.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I agree. And so does my little white piece of paper. Very
Oh.
good. You're doing it.
Bye.
There we go. Go team.
63. Yeah, I think somebody was drunk one night and I think I see. Well, I think I counted that one. I don't care. 42. I think that's what happened. That's what I think.
Sounds
All
most
right, here we
likely.
go. All right. In 1954, the first color TV set was manufactured by what company? Was it RCA? I have an RCA dog too, by the way. Or was it Zenith? Zenith doesn't make a stuffed animal. Once again, in 1954, the first color TV set was manufactured by what company? Was it RCA or Zenith?
Gosh.
I think Zenith.
Ooh, I was going to say RCA.
I'll defer to the two of you.
I'm guessing.
Okay. Did somebody say? You said Zenith. What did you guys say?
What do you say, Courtney?
Oh, I'll say Zenith, I think.
Okay.
I have no idea, though. It's a guess.
Gregors, what do you say?
Now that I'm back, I didn't hear the question.
All right. By the way, were you saving kittens from a burning barn or what?
Save my
That's my line normally. All right, Greg. On what 1954, the first color TV set was manufactured by what company? RCA or Zenith?
I would say RCA. I think they're older than Zenith, but I don't know.
What does it stand for? We can go with RCA. Does it?
You sure?
What does the RCA stand for?
Are you sure? No,
Columbia,
keep it that way. You're
something
right.
Columbia.
You're right. It's RCA.
Okay.
What does RCA stand for? Oh my goodness, that's a very good question. Note to self: what does RCA stand for? That's really good. I don't know what it stands for. I used to. I keep wanting to say Royal Crown something. That's not right. It's not. All right, you guys are 3-0. Very good.
Woo.
Art. Norman Rockwell was especially known for his portraits in what magazine?
Was it Time?
I was gonna say it's either Time or Life. Time was what popped into my head first. You should go with your first instinct, but it's either Time or Life. I think it's Life. Picture the covers you can buy. You can buy the reprints. You see them like in doctor's offices.
Yeah.
All right, Gregors. Adam, what do you guys say?
I'm guessing. I'm going to default to the team.
Feeling life.
I think Life.
I'll go with Life too.
Probably makes more
Saturday
sense.
Evening Post.
Oh, man.
Oh, I thought you gave us. Why did I think you gave us choices?
I did on the first three. I always give 3 choices to make it just a little easier, and sometimes it doesn't, but you did nail it this time. I'm sorry, Saturday Evening Post. Okay. Who wrote the novel Fahrenheit 451?
Is that Ray Bradbury?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Good job,
Nicely
Courtney.
done. Ray
That's
Bradbury.
That English major comes in handy every now and then.
Temperature at what paper burns? I wonder if it would burn at 450. It's got to be 451 to 1 degree. And then we're going to throw this quiz in it when we're done. All right, here we go. I believe we are on question number 6. Are we? Was that 5? Yes, it was. We're on question number 6. All right, this one comes from the really bad management department. All right, supermarkets. Name this supermarket chain that has 106 locations throughout Minnesota, and they have 1 Illinois location. Isn't that something?
Minnesota.
Once again, name the supermarket chain that has 106 locations throughout Minnesota, and they have 1 Illinois location.
If you just said
No
Michigan,
help on
Adam could have helped us out, but Minnesota throws all of us. We've got Michigan,
Minnesota,
Indiana,
eh?
we got Illinois, Wisconsin covered. Nothing about Minnesota.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Minnesota. Is that
Not-
Publix? Or is that more West Coast?
I thought
I think
Publix
that's more
was down
West Coast.
southeast.
South
Okay.
Publix.
It's not.
Now you guys
Kroger.
can throw out
Wiggly
guesses.
Wiggly.
Oh.
You throw out guesses. I may or may not kind of comment on them. I may steer you,
Okay.
but when you hit it, usually I will say, okay, stop right there.
Okay.
We know it's not Jewel. It's not.
I am going to give you one small hint, and it might be a huge hint.
all right.
The one in Illinois is about 30 miles to the west of us. Is that west? Yeah, that's west. Back that way.
So
Like
like
faces east.
somewhere like around Freeport area.
It is in Freeport.
So there's a Freeport location for this grocery store.
Yep. You know, it
Yeah.
makes it really difficult for the Freeport managers to attend the corporate meetings. Everybody else has to go 6 blocks down the road. He's got to go about 8
It's
hours.
only
driving.
in Minnesota and this one in Freeport. It's nowhere else in the
Yeah.
country.
Yeah. Rumor has it they really pick on the Freeport guy when he gets to the corporate
I
meetings.
couldn't even guess. the
I
name.
have no idea. Anderson,
Yeah,
not Anderson's.
No.
grocery store and
It's not Kroger. It's not Meyer. It's
All
not
right.
Jewel.
I-
Say it.
I'm going to give you
Piggly
one more
Wiggly.
hint, and this will disqualify you from getting the thing right. It's the building originally, the one we had in Rockford, is the old Valley Produce on North Alpine.
I know that building, but I don't know
Cub
what it
Foods.
used to be.
Oh, Cub
Cub
Foods.
Foods.
Oh,
Cub Foods.
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 Okay.
Oh,
All
yeah, we
right.
used to have a Cub Foods in Indiana.
I used to love Cub Foods. I didn't know that they
Oh,
were
I-
so big in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah, 106 of them apparently. Wow.
Wow.
Hey, why don't
I
you
spent-
spread the wealth, Minnesota? Come on, let the rest of us enjoy it.
That store you
goodness.
mentioned on North Alpine, I spent a lot of late nights shopping in that store because I worked the afternoon drive time in radio, and when I got off work at night, it was shopping at Cub Foods when nobody else was there. It was awesome.
Oh yeah. Oh, I used to when I was in college, I used to work for Coca-Cola, and I was in college at the same time. I would go in there and do my merchandising and my ordering. I was a sales rep, among other things. And I would go in there sometimes at 4 a.m. before I went to school. And I would do my order and I'd call it in about 6 o'clock. And then I'd go get breakfast and go to school. And that was so cool. I loved the 24/7 grocery stores. COVID screwed up so many things. and we don't have them now. We got Meyer and what's the other one? Woodman's. So,
Yeah.
all right. Final question. We do Rockford trivia. This one here, it's a multiple guess. There's two options only, so it's a 50-50 shot. Think back, do some math on this one, and you understand what I mean by anniversaries and this and that. Think about it. All right. In what year? Yeah, math. Yeah. I have such math anxiety. 2 + 2. Oh my God, I can't do it. In what year did Swedish American Hospital open for business? Was it 1918 or 1928? So, Greg, no pressure. You said your goal is to get 4. You guys are 5 and 4 and 1 right now. So you'll either go 5 and 2 or 4 and 3. So you
Did they
got
recently have a big 100-year anniversary celebration in
I know that's what I was
2019?
thinking.
Those of you that live in Rockford.
maybe. I think Greg is frozen. I think he's frozen in time.
Oh, he is frozen. Yeah. So
He is
either
frozen.
they just had their 100
Either that or he's really, really deep in thought.
or he's cheating. He's Googling.
There you go. He's going to come back with, okay, I'm back. Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
once again, in what
That's
year?
tough too. It's
did
like the
Swedish-
year of everything was built around here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back.
1918 or 19. Hey, glad you could join us.
Twice now.
Listen,
Twice
Greg.
now.
Greg, go to the bathroom before the show starts, okay?
I'm just thankful Restream doesn't shut down with my computer says, hey, where's the internet? It keeps going for you guys, so it's still on. So that's good.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we were kind of talking about you when you left, but
Bad
like Mean Girls. Oh my God, did you see her makeup? Okay. In what year did Swedish American Hospital open for business? 1918 or 1928? Somebody was on the right track.
1918.
I think it's 1982.
I love it. Absolutely. 1918. And you're right. There was a 100-year celebration, I think. I thought it might have been a 75. So I thought, ooh, maybe I shouldn't do that because then they're going to think maybe that was, I don't know, whatever. But you got it. Yes. You went 5 and 2. That's a really good score.
Good job, everybody. Good job.
I feel like we got some assists from you, but thank you. We'll
A
take it.
little bit, but it's okay.
We'll
I will
take
give you
the 5 and 2.
assists that do not qualify as flat out hints. Like the Cub Foods one, when I said, it didn't matter, you didn't get it anyway, but when I said it's the Old Valley Produce, and I say Old Valley Produce because that closed. That's a bummer.
They closed too. Yeah.
Yeah, they just closed about 6 months ago. And it's so sad because I drive by it and I'm like, oh, I love the bargain bin there. The bargain bin is so awesome because they have like dented macaroni and cheese, the box is all squished and smushed. Hey, macaroni and cheese is still good. The open bag of chips I'll avoid. You never know. It might be stale.
Well, we really appreciate all of you for carving out some time on a Saturday morning to tell us about what we're up to, what you are up to. And now that we've played trivia, did that spark any other ideas in your mind or anything else that you wanted to make sure we add before we let you go about your weekend here?
No, it was a good trivia game though. I enjoyed that.
It was tough. It was tougher than last time, I think.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Well, you know what? You got like 4 people here. I had to up the ante a little. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It was just, it is what it is. You know, I write these questions and sometimes I don't know who's going to be on the show. I know, but sometimes I've written them before that. So,
Yeah.
Well, Gemini Solar, again, thanks for sponsoring our March 26th event at the Excel Center, Goodwill,
pleasure.
on Quad Boulevard. Link is in the chat for those that want to join us. Look us up on Facebook, and we really hope to see you there, 5:30 to 7:30 at the Excel Center with Goodwill Industries. So thank you, Courtney and Anne Marie and Adam, and have yourself a
Thank
great
you.
rest of the weekend. All right.
You too. Thanks.
Take care,
great
everyone.
job, guys. Great job.
Our big number of the week this week is 3.1 billion, and the answer is it's storage or cereal. You sent me your answer, and I got to change the score while I tell everybody what the story was all about. Okay, so we all know that Americans store a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The storage industry in the United States is nothing to be sneezed at. This country, can you guess how many square feet of self-storage units there are in the US of A?
Really hoping it's 3.1 billion.
It's enough to cover 34,000 football fields, which equates to 2.1 billion square feet. That's right. I'm going to take the point because you guessed storage. Breakfast cereal, which I used to be a big proponent of, now most of it is not good for you.
No.
Yeah, the breakfast cereal industry in the United States, 3.1 billion packages every year of breakfast cereal purchased, which is probably enough to cover 34,000 football fields. I don't know. I made that part up, but
God, I'm protesting this by default. You win.
How many football fields would 3.1 billion packages of cereal cover? Do you think Gemini would tell me that answer?
Probably. They would probably know.
Let's see. By the way, RCA stands for Radio Corporation of America.
Okay.
Radio Corporation of
Radio
America.
Corporation of America. I knew I thought the corporation part, and that was about it. I would not have gotten the rest of it. I'd heard that before.
How many football fields would 3.1 billion packages of breakfast cereal cover? Let's see if it'll tell us. Gemini says, if you were to put 3.1 billion packages of breakfast cereal, it's still thinking. This is a tough question for the AI. I might have broke it. I think I broke AI
Wow,
today.
you broke the internet. Wow. So Greg kills the internet instead of Ralph kills the internet, or Rex.
It's still analyzing. Wow. That's wild.
To put this in perspective with some setting 10 energy.
Okay. 3.1 billion packages is a massive amount of inventory. If you were to lay those standard 12 by 8 inch boxes flat to create a massive breakfast mosaic, total surface area, 2.1 billion square feet, which is what the answer was, for self-storage units.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
57,000 square feet. So approximately 35,800, almost the exact same number of square footage as the number of self-storage units we have in the United States. That's hilarious. That's a total.
Well, that is because that was a random guess on your part, right?
That's total random. Well, it's 2.1 billion square foot of self-storage units, 3.1 billion packages of breakfast cereal sold every year.
Okay.
Which will cover about the same amount of square footage. Yeah, that's hilarious. Anywho, Tracy did get back to me. She's unable to join us this morning, so I do want to give a shout out and plug for MEDICARE411, our signature sponsor of the Masked Karaoke Trivia Contest, again for the 4th time, coming up on March 19th at Tabala Event Center. And
Hmm.
If you have any questions about your Medicare plan, Medicare 411 is here to help you. I can say from personal experience, when my mother-in-law needed to figure out where she was going to get her best services, her best medication plan, prescription plan, she was able to sit down with a Medicare 411 agent and go over all the options. And it was interesting to see the different options that are available to seniors, and why some are better than others, why some are just different and maybe not necessarily better, but you had to figure out of all these options, which one made the most sense to you. So to have someone interpret all the plans with you and have your best interest at heart really makes a big difference. So the Medicare translators at Medicare 411 are amazing. And we really, really appreciate the service that they offer us here in the 815 area. I'm going to put in the chat the link to the website.
And while you're doing that, let me throw in my own little story.
Yeah.
I am part of Medicare 411 in that I'm a client, I guess you'd call it.
Mhm.
The gal that worked with me, Cindy Costello, is amazing. Absolutely amazing. When I went in there, I said, hey, I want this Medicare thing to work out. She got me hooked up on January 1st with devoted healthcare. That doesn't matter. But anyway, what they do basically is they'll search the different healthcare options and get you the best one possible. And she worked very, very hard on this. And she called me a couple of times for clarifications. We had an insurance issue with my wife leaving her job and then me going back on Medicare and all of that. And I mean, Cindy just went above and beyond, out of her way. Not only that, she's one of the nicest persons you'll ever meet.
That's who I brought my
Absolute
mother-in-law
sweetheart.
to too. So when we sat down
Yes.
at Medicare
Yes.
411, it was with Cindy.
Oh, and with the money I saved on healthcare, guess what I was able to buy?
Another teddy bear.
Yeah. This has got a really weird feel to it. The show does today. It's all about teddy bears.
Well,
But anyway.
Our good friend Tracy Fultz is the president and founder of Medicare 411, in the industry for over 30 years, passionate about helping people her entire life. And this Medicare 411 idea, when it came to her, just made total sense. She helps make Medicare easy. And it is confusing. And so to have someone who's a translator, she likes to call them translators, to help someone translate the different plans that are available to you and figure out which one actually makes the most sense for your current situation helps make life easy. So call Medicare 411, live easy. Tracy and her team love to take care of you 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. I'm sure they'll make appointments with you on weekends too. If you really absolutely positively had to meet on the weekend, they would be glad to try to accommodate that as well. They have enough translators working in their office that they'll find somebody who might be able to accommodate your time need. And I would say too, make those appointments off season, if you will, because obviously when you get to the dates in, what is it, November, I think, when you have to have your stuff picked, that's crunch time and their office is slammed. You don't have to wait till then to do that. So if you have questions, contact them anytime. And as soon as the plans are announced and they're out there, get in early so you can review them with the translators and figure out which one's going to be best for you for the next year.
Yeah, I started meeting with Cindy probably late May. I want to say middle to late May, and she got me squared away with Medicare 411 with Devoted. It wasn't Devoted at the time; it was something else. And then on January 1st, we switched it over to Devoted because I had to wait until January 1st for it to happen. Nonetheless, she took care of all that. If I was left to my own devices, I would have thrown this up against the wall and said, I don't care anymore. Because that's what they're there for. And they do such great work.
Yeah.
What they do is phenomenal. So
anyway. We've told this story already, so I won't get into the deep dive of the story of how the Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest came to be, other than to say in 2024, Medicare 411 was scheduled to host our regular In Crowd 815 networking group event the last Thursday of October of 2024. And it just happened to fall on Halloween. It was the last day of October that year on Halloween. So Tracy and I were talking and we're like, nobody's going to want to go to a networking event while all the kids are out trick-or-treating. So
Yeah.
what should we do instead? And that's what led to us having a conversation about having a karaoke party a week or two before Halloween. And then somehow the idea hit me of having this contest for not-for-profits. And I pitched it to her and she said, Greg, this is great. This is going to be fun. Let's do it. Let's pick a date in October and let's have this contest and see if it works. So we had a $1,000 prize at the very first masked karaoke trivia contest in October of 2024. And we gave a couple of secondary prizes away as well. So that event had 10 teams competing, and a team playing for the Rockford Rescue Mission won the $1,000. And you and I both, along with Tracy Matsky, our karaoke DJ, and our lighting guy from Reflex DJ, we all kind of looked at each other and said, hey, this works. We need to do this again.
And lighting guy from Reflex DJ's name is Tom.
Yes, our other Tom is going to be back for our next event as well. So version 4.0, the fourth iteration of the Masked Karaoke Trivia Contest, is March 19th at Tabala. And this time we have grown the prize, thanks to Tracy and MEDICARE411, to $7,000. What? No, we're not kidding. This is real. This is a real prize that really will be given out. And we want to give it to your favorite not-for-profit if you win. Good news. We also have secondary prizes at this contest as well. And if your team scores the most trivia points without winning the grand prize, you will then win a $1,000 prize courtesy of Jess Riley at Envoy Mortgage, your mortgage lending team here in the 815 area. The trivia winning team, again, that you score the most trivia points without winning the grand prize, your not-for-profit gets $1,000. We also have a $1,000 karaoke prize to give away, courtesy of Advice Marketing. Thanks to Amy and Lisa and their team at Advice Marketing for jumping on board and catching the vision of what $1,000 can do for a local not-for-profit here in the 815. So if you're a singer on your team, and again, I say singer because the whole team doesn't have to sing. At least one of you does. You could do a duet if you want to. You could do a trio. You could do the whole team if you wish, but your team will be called up at random throughout the event at some point to sing one song. And our celebrity judges will give you a score. And if your score is the best of all the other singers without winning the grand prize, you will win a $1,000 for your not-for-profit. And of course, the grand prize, $7,000, thanks to MEDICARE411, Tracy Fultz and her team over there. So let's see. There we go. That's what I want to put on the screen. Tom, you're having a good time still doing this event?
Yeah. Why are you trying to replace me?
Nope. Because everyone loves your trivia. It's just challenging enough to challenge the brain a little bit without being over the top crazy hard and nobody scores points. So
well,
thank
you for saying that, because then I hit my goal. That is my goal, is so nobody walks away going, oh my God, I guess I'm dumber than I thought. No, nobody is dumb. I mean, my goodness. Just because you can't answer a trivia question, it simply means the stars didn't align for you that night or whatever. So I try to keep them general knowledge, something that a team of 6, 7, 8 can all collaborate on. How many times when you play trivia, Greg, do you not know the answer, but Christy knows the answer, or Kelly knows the answer, or Tammy knows the answer, or something like that? You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's just the way it goes. And then let's just say, what is the capital of Florida? And you're like, oh my God, I don't know. And Christy says, you know what? It seems to me that it might be Tallahassee. And all of a sudden, Tammy says, that's it. And then now you're like, yes, that's right. I remember that now. Yeah. That's how trivia works. And that's what I try to focus on, is knowing it's a group it's easier to write questions for a group than it is to write if you've got teams of 2 or 3. Because you have to be able to find that fine line between oh god, this is going to be just too hard for only 2 minds to come together. Now, if you're very smart and you're very good, like for example, Taco Bears on our Wednesday night trivia at Louis, those gals are very, very smart. You weren't there Wednesday, but they won, and they won with 3.
Oh,
They
good
do
for
a lot. They win a lot. They won with 3. Yeah.
Yeah, we
So
couldn't make it Wednesday, but I did want to give in a couple other shout outs this week on the show. If you were at the last Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest in November, you know we gave away gift cards to people in the audience who played our game between rounds that we called Triv or Care, and we're doing it again March 19th. So if you own a business and would like to be promoted at this next event, March 19th, we need your gift cards. We are currently seeking gift cards for this portion of the event. Got a restaurant, got a store, got a service. $25 or more gift cards are what we're seeking. And I want to thank Victory Pickleball for donating to for the Waterman, for World Class Motors, Massage for You, Landscape Connection. Oh, and I got to add another one to this now. Vittori's Auto Care is also throwing in some gift cards as well to this event. So hope to
good
get
people over there at Vittori's.
Absolutely. So there's an event still for you to get plugged in to the event without necessarily sponsoring a team if you don't have a team to put together, or being a major sponsor, which we could use one more gold sponsor to help us with this event too. So if you are able to invest $500 into this event and help our local not-for-profits, we would love to talk to you. So seek us out at incrowd815.com or incrowd815@gmail.com. So, all right. That is everything. Anything else we want to chat about this week, buddy? What's else on your brain?
There's a couple things in my mind. I would love to talk Packer football for 5 minutes. I promise no more. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was today and get a final. We can do that off the air if you want. Our trivia event that we're going to.
Let's not do that on the air.
Okay, we'll do that off the air. Then, as far as I'm concerned, we can do the Packer thing. Well, no, we'll just do the Packer thing right now. Lucas Havrisek is back with the Packers. Brandon McManus was see ya later, buddy. So Lucas Havrisek is now back with the Packers, and if he can win the starting job, he is our new kicker. And I would love that, because I've been asking everybody this trivia question.
He's younger and he's stronger. That's for sure.
Well, I've been asking everybody this trivia question, which you obviously know. Who holds the record for the longest field goal ever by a Green Bay Packer? And I heard some people going, that Stenerud, Jan Stenerud.
Whoa.
No, wait. No, was it Mason Crosby? No.
Luke Havrisek.
Lucas Havrisek. Yes. And you know what Matt LaFleur's mistake was? And I'm not going to say it was Rich Bisaccia's mistake, because Matt LaFleur is the head coach. And from what I understand, in fact, our very own Jake, he was on with a guy named Brandon Snide. He was on. I got a clip. I'm going to send it to you. It was about a 2.5 minute clip of him being on Brandon's show. It was on YouTube. And I'm going to send that to you. Anyway, he calls him Westy, Jacob Westendorf. Yeah, Westy.
I call him JW.
Yeah, he also calls him Jake, and he calls him a lot of different things. He just doesn't call him late for dinner, right?
That's right.
That's right. Okay, so anyway, Jake was even talking about this, I think. I've seen several different interviews, but all we really had to do, this is what LaFleur needed to do. Hey, Brandon, you're suffering with a hamstring. We're going to put you on IR for 4 weeks. We've got Lucas here. He's doing well. The job is still yours, with a wink and a nod, unless Lucas continues to kick some butt. We lost a couple of games based on kicking, did we not?
We did.
Happened the year before, right?
Yeah.
Happened the year before that, right? Well, Rich Bisaccia is gone. Lucas Havrisek is in. I expect him to win the starting job. I expect that. So I think we're going to be fine in our kicking. But the rest of the special teams, I really think everybody's, full of consternation about this. No, I'm pretty sure we are going to know what went wrong and we're going to fix what went wrong. I think we're going to be just fine. I think special teams is going to take a major, major step forward. The offense and defensive side, let's start with the defensive side. We'll get a healthy Micah Parsons back. We will get a healthy Devontae Wyatt back. We're getting rid of, probably going to lose Keyshawn Nixon. Probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Somehow or another, he's kind of bad juju for the team. He makes these dumb plays. He makes great plays too, but you can get a lot of guys. I'd rather have a guy make good plays most of the time than a guy make a great play once in a while and dumb plays a lot of the time. I mean, you think about it. I want guys that are good all the time rather than great sometimes. And Keyshawn Nixon, I personally do like him, but he's probably best being somewhere else, maybe with the Cincinnati Bengals or something. There's a few other players on the defense we may or may not lose, but you got Evan Williams, you got McKinney, you got Nate Hobbs. Nate Hobbs, I'm kind of iffy on. He can go bye-bye as well, but I don't care. Javon Bullard is the guy that I really, really love. And we're still going to be one of the youngest teams in the NFL this time next year. We're still going to be. But the real scary thing is Seattle right now is a very young team.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, look for Seattle.
With cap space. They can grab guys that they need still. So
yeah, and we've got cap space too because the NFL added, I think, $20 million to the cap. So I think we're going to be really good there. We're going to lose Malik Willis if we haven't already. I saw something about that the other day. That's fine. That's fine. We'll grab another quarterback.
Yeah,
but we
in
need
Arizona. Where does he go? I don't know. My money would be on Arizona. I think the Cardinals want to give him a shot, but we'll see.
All right, we'll switch him up. We'll take Kyler Murray.
as our backup.
Kyler Murray would be gone. If Malik Willis goes to Arizona, I'm pretty sure he's going to beat out Kyler Murray because Malik Willis has an arm. He has the ability to read a defense. He has legs. He is good.
Unfortunately, I think Kyler's proven himself to not be the serious football player that you need to be if you're going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. You gotta know the playbook,
agree.
And you got to know your opponent's defense. And
100% agree. Put down the video games and pick up your playbook.
Malik came in and learned the Packer playbook lightning fast, and whatever he did to study the defense he was playing against when he got pushed into the game, he was ready. He did the job. So.
Oh my goodness. I was at that game. I was at game 3 versus Indianapolis. And Anthony Richardson, a healthy Anthony Richardson, we shut them down. Now, we only won the game 16-10. My son and I and my grandkids, they didn't care that much. They were on their little phones or whatever.
You're at a Packer game.
Yeah, you're at a Packer game. Watch the game. Anyway, I'm looking at my son going, dude, they're getting the ball back here. There's a minute and a half left. Oh my God, come on. Please, no, please, no. But anyway, all's well that ends well. It was a great time. And then of course we went to the Cleveland game in Cleveland and lost that one. And we shouldn't have. And again, back to the special teams. So if you look at the offensive side of it, what the Packers are doing, and this is the problem I have with Matt LaFleur, he is running Josh Jacobs into the ground. Josh Jacobs has these nagging injuries. You know why? Because we don't have a fullback that can get you that 1 yard on 3rd and 1. They're keying on Josh Jacobs and just his sheer force, his sheer strength, his sheer motivation and desire to get that first down. He's getting it, but he's taking hits. He's being pounded on play after play after play.
Running
and
back
they know what's coming.
Job in the NFL.
Well, okay, but it's not. But if handled right, you know why Emmitt Smith hung around for so long? Because he knew how to not take a hit.
Yeah.
All of your running backs. Gale Sayers gone because he took hits, busted up his knees. All of your running backs that were considered great. Earl Campbell is the best. He used to knock. He was like knocking 2 or 3 guys over at a time.
He was
lower the head in
for beast mode.
Oh my goodness, he was. And it's a shame that Earl Campbell never ever. I don't even know if they ever made the playoffs, but let alone win a Super Bowl. It's a shame because he was one of the greatest of all time.
Earl Campbell or Bo Jackson in their prime? Discuss.
Wow, I still go with Bo Jackson because Bo Jackson had the speed, he had the strength, he had the agility. Earl Campbell had a little bit of speed, a lot of strength, some agility. He was just phenomenal. He would run you over and you would forget your last name.
Had Bo
And
Jackson had
then
healthier
soil
hips and
yourself all on
joints,
the same play.
Bo Jackson would have broke so many records.
Oh,
So
Bo Jackson's phenomenal. And then he goes over to baseball. And I've seen some of the Bo Jackson plays he made in baseball. He catches, was it the Kansas City Royals? He catches a ball
yeah,
and he jumps up on the fence,
yeah.
takes 3 steps on the
He was
fence covering, and
fantastic. He was fantastic.
unbelievable. His arm was unbelievable. Probably maybe the greatest athlete we've ever seen in modern day professional
Yeah.
sports. Jim
Yeah.
Thorpe is probably the greatest athlete ever. He was just unbelievable. But he was in the 20s, 30s, Carlisle University. Couldn't even play in the NFL because he was Indian, Native American, whatever, Indian. So he couldn't. And then he was in the well, he did eventually.
Yeah.
But what happened was he was in the Olympics and he won gold after gold after gold. And then they said, oh, because you played, I may be getting my facts a little bit mixed up here, but because you played NFL football and got paid $25 a week or whatever, you can't win gold in the Olympics. I'm going to check that story to make sure I'm correct on it. There's something, I think that's what it is. But anyway, and there was a lot of bias too, because he was Indian descent. There was a lot of bias.
Yeah.
So it's just sad. We've moved on from that. I'm so glad that, life is a little more fair now.
Absolutely.
But the rest of the offensive side, keep in mind, we're going to get Elton Jenkins will probably be gone. Maybe Sean Ryan continues as our number 1 center. I hope he does. I like Sean Ryan. We've got guys. Anthony Belton looked really good. Even Jordan Morgan started looking good at the end of the year. But we're going to get back Tucker Kraft. Maybe Marshawn Lloyd plays. Maybe he doesn't. I think he's just too fragile. I think we need to just say, okay, sorry, Marshawn, and we go out and get ourselves a good fullback / scat back, one of the two that can take the pressure off of, when we had AJ Dillon and who else did we have? Why is it escaping me? Before we got Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. That was a dynamic backfield. AJ Dillon was like 6'4" and 260 pounds. He could absolutely destroy a defensive player because he's got the momentum. He's going. The defensive guy is holding his ground, and boom, all you got to do is hit him and fall forward 2 or 3 yards. And there's your first down on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, or 4th and 1. So we need another AJ Dillon. We need another Dorsey Levens. We need another complimentary back. It's not going to be, and Emmanuel Wilson's good, but he may be gone. Chris Brooks is good, but he also may be gone. But they're not household names. I want another back. That's the one thing we have to do for the offensive side. Here's the other thing, and this is the most crucial point. We can end with this if you want. This is the most crucial point right here. Any receiver who had, pick a number, 10 drops, gone. Gone. You're done. If you can't catch a ball, if you had 10 drops, I guarantee you 5 of those were on 3rd down, which means we're not making a first down, which means bring on the punter. Daniel Whalen's a great punter, but you don't want your punter kicking the ball. You don't. You want your guys catching the ball on 3rd down. You want your guy catching the ball on 1st down when you decide to throw it. God forbid Matt LaFleur should ever throw on 1st down. You want your guy catching the ball for an 8-yard gain. Now on 2nd and 2, they don't know if you're going to just run it up the middle or maybe try something down the sideline to a Matthew Golden, who has proven he can get open. Matthew Golden is one you keep. Savion Williams is one you keep. Devontae Wicks, you know what? Maybe he can go. Jaden Reed is one you keep. Romeo Dobbs, gone, like yesterday's newspaper, because he can make a great play, but he can't make the good play consistently. So it's got to be gone.
Really interesting to see, how they handle that wide receiver room. And speaking of our friend Jacob Westendorf, writer for Sports Illustrated, he has a draft guide out that you can get if you look up Sports Illustrated, or you go to what is his link? draftguide.gumroad.com, it looks like. Anyway, look up Jacob Westendorf, Sports Illustrated, and he's got articles written about second round draft prospects who could be day one starters for the Packers. He's looking at scouting combine winners at Packers positions of need. He's written about this stuff recently on his Sports Illustrated columns. So Jacob Westendorf, keep doing a good job. Keep us informed about what's going on with the Packers.
Yeah, you know what? We need to get Jake back on before the draft. So that would be April.
I think
April for the draft.
after. I think after. I think we'll see. We'll get the report card after the draft because speculation. Speculation is.
Yeah,
it's just too much.
Yeah, and this year's draft for us, I'm sorry, it's not going to be very good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to be good because I have complete confidence in Gutekunst, but it's not going to be good in that we don't get a pick until the second round.
And that's the big question. Do the Packers have enough picks? And is there someone on their hot list that they would be willing to trade a few picks to get into the first round? And I don't know if it is.
I'm not sure we need to go to the first round. I don't care because our first round picks over the last few years haven't been that great anyway. We got Jordan Morgan. Jordan Morgan may actually prove to be good. But I wanted Cooper DeJean. I wanted Cooper DeJean. Oh my God, I wanted Cooper DeJean. But we got Jordan Morgan. Jordan Morgan has taken a couple of years now, but I think he's going to take that step forward this year. So our first round pick 2 years ago wasn't so great. Matthew Golden was a great pick. I love Matthew Golden, but we severely underused him. Severely. I don't know how many catches he had, maybe 30 or 40. I'm going to say he had 42 catches. That's my goal. Let me do this real quick because I'm curious. And that's just the way I roll.
That's the way he rolls.
How many catches did Matthew Golden have in this past season for the Packers? Let's see how close I am.
56. No, that's too many. Probably too many. More like 36, maybe.
I receiver did not have any recorded children. How many kids did Matthew Golden? Oh my God. I hate AI.
Text us.
How many receptions did Matthew Golden have this past season for the Packers? 29 receptions for 361 yards. 29. I should have went with my first guess, which I was like 36 or 38 or something. 29 receptions for your number one pick, who has proven that he can play. He made some catches that were outrageous, that were out of this world.
Yeah.
The minute Tucker Kraft went down should have been the minute they said, "Hey, Matthew, you're going to kind of be our number one," without saying it. We're going to focus a lot on you. You get open, boom. Because if anybody can get him the ball, Jordan Love can. This is my I'm thinking Jordan Love had 32 34 touchdowns and only like 5 or 6 interceptions, maybe 7 interceptions, a couple of them not his fault.
No.
That's pretty doggone good season. He had an all-pro season. I don't think he made the Pro Bowl. Did he? I don't know. I didn't watch. He should have, because if Shedeur Sanders makes the Pro Bowl, then certainly should have. So anyway, it's the Packers have some house cleaning to do, but I think the biggest house cleaning thing they needed to do, they missed, and that was say bye-bye to Matt LaFleur. I'm sorry, but Matt LaFleur, when you're calling out plays and the defense is calling them out for you, 54 to the right, 54 to the right. I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that was the call they said, but you saw the video. You may have sent me the video, or I may have sent you the video where the Philadelphia defensive guy is calling. He's going left, or he's going right, or whatever. And sure enough, he went right, and he got stopped for a 2 to 3 yard loss. You go back and watch that Philly game, and you'll see you don't even have to do that. Just go to YouTube and say, Philly defensive lineman calling out play against Packers. You will get what you're looking for. And it's amazing. You can hear it plain as day. Because all the players are mic'd up and all of that. It's for dramatic effect for the NFL. But anyway, when you're doing that, that's a problem. And when I looked at my son during the which game was it? I did not come to your house for the second Bear Packer game, did I?
I don't think so.
Maybe I did. No, I did. It was the third one. It was the playoff game. When they were up 21-3 and they were getting the ball. And I looked at my son and I said, you know what? I can tell you what's going to happen. I've shared this with you. I'm sharing it with the rest of the world now. I said, Matt, they're gonna run Jacobs right up the middle. He's gonna get stopped. And when I looked at that line, it was almost like they had 7 in the box, like they knew what was going to happen. Dennis Allen, the Bears defensive coordinator, decided to do 2 things. Number 1, we're going to get aggressive. Number 2, we're going to look at the sheet, the play calls, and see which ones we think the Packers are going to go with. We think they're going to run Josh Jacobs up the middle or just off left tackle, the 3 gap or whatever, the C gap. I don't know.
And that's what Aaron Rodgers calls the slant, an audible calls the slant and then hits for a touchdown to Randall Cox.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Thank you.
That's where we're headed with
I
Jordan
saw
Love. I
that.
think Jordan Love's going to get that permission to do stuff like that.
Well, that's the thing. I think Jordan Love is still maybe a little bit tentative.
Maybe.
Aaron Rodgers had a much bigger chip on his shoulder. Aaron Rodgers had much more ability to argue his point and do this and do that. And that is the difference, yes. But it's the play calling that is bad. Matt LaFleur should have known. We are going to come out and we are going to go aggressive and we're going to bury them. If you throw a bomb and it gets intercepted down at the 22-yard line, that's called an arm punt. It means you simply threw the ball long on 3rd down. You were going to punt it anyway because you're at 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. Your guy wasn't open. Everybody was covered. Boom, sling it down deep. If it's missed, then you get to punt it. If it's caught, it's an interception. Fine, whatever. But it's an arm punt. That's what they call it. That's what Peter Bukowski calls it. So there are so many different little things that the Packers need to do. Just little things that they need to do. And right now, I think would have been the perfect time to say, okay, Matt, you've had 7 years. You've won 1 playoff game. Yeah. I think he's won 1 playoff game. We've been 1 and done 5 times because 1 year we didn't make the playoffs.
I know it's frustrating, but 1/3 of the league changed head coaches this past year. I don't think the Packers should have been one of them. This is not the time to change head coaches when 1/3 of the league is changing.
I have no concern with what every other team does. What the Packers do. And when you can't seem to figure it out, you can't seem to, because here's the thing. After that first play, I said, what's that?
We are getting to the playoffs, though. We're getting there. So
we're the 7th seed. If they haven't added the 7th seed, we wouldn't have made the playoffs 3 out of the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So the last 3 years, we were the 7th seed. And 2 years before that, I think we missed one. We maybe won the division in 2021, I think. I'm pretty sure we did. That was the last time we won it. 2020, 2021. It's a COVID year. That was the last time. So it was 2020. Yeah, I believe it was 2020. But anyway, I think that's when we lost to the Niners. And then 2021, we lost to the Tom Brady Tampa Bay Bucks. And again, we were better teams than both of those. We were a better team than the Buccaneers. We were a better team than the Niners, but we just keep shooting yourselves in the foot. And a lot of that is Matt LaFleur's conservative offense. And, we talked about this. Aaron Rodgers trying to find Devontae Adams when he's got, he had like 13 players on him, and then the peanut vendor and the beer guy came down to cover as well. He's throwing into, quadruple times.
Open guys.
Yeah, he had Alan Lazard running right down the middle. Boom. It would have been about a 50-yard touchdown that would have put us up 17-3 with 5 minutes left. Instead, we ended up punting under 5 minutes for something. We ended up punting, and San Francisco scores a touchdown off that punt. And then they tied it up 10-10, and then they beat us 13-10 on the last-second field goal. Robbie Gould. So, no, it's gut-wrenching is what it is. It's gut-wrenching. But I'll keep it in perspective. It's football. I don't own any stock in the team. I'm a fan. I was over it. Well, I'm still not over it, apparently. No, I moved on. I was over it. Another season and then another disappointment. I'm tired of disappointments when it comes to my Green Bay Packers, my Chicago Cubs, my Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, but just a fun distraction. That's all.
It is.
That's all. All right.
So anyway,
we're going to do a show next week. And guess what? We've got Rock and Roll Institute. We're going to meet a man whose nickname is No Lips. Rock and Roll Institute, the State Line Nurses Network, and Advice Marketing will be joining us on next week's In Crowd 815 podcast. And as I mentioned earlier, we're excited that Advice Marketing is one of our big $1,000 prize sponsors for the karaoke winner of the Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest on March 19th. Very excited about that. And a special thanks to Anne-Marie, Adam, and Courtney for joining us today. Gemini Solar and Goodwill Industries. Looking forward to our networking event on March 26th at the Excel Center right there in the YMCA building.
And by the way, I like the way we did that today with having them all on the screen at the same time. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That worked. Whenever we have multiple guests, we should do that.
All right. We'll hang off after the
show
and talk off the air. Remember, you change the world when you help one person. Be a blessing to someone today and every day this week. We'll meet you back here next week for another In Crowd 815 podcast. Bye, Bear.
815 in crowd. 815 in crowd.